And the first verse, God is serious business. A report on the problem of Nineveh, the way God gave Nahum of Elkosh to see it. God is serious business. He won't be trifled with. He avenges his foes. He stands up against his enemies, fierce and raging. But God doesn't lose his temper. He's powerful, but it's a patient power. Still, no one gets by with anything. Sooner or later, everyone pays. Tornadoes and hurricanes are the wake of his passage. Storm clouds are the dust he shakes off his feet. He yells at the sea, it dries up. All the rivers run dry. The Bashan and Carmel mountains shrivel. The Lebanon orchards shrivel. Mountains quake in their roots, hills dissolve into mud flats, earth shakes in the fear of God. The whole world's in a panic. Who can face such a towering anger? Who can stand up to his fierce rage? His anger spills out like a river of lava. His fury shatters boulders. God is good, a hiding place in tough times. He recognizes and welcomes anyone looking for help, no matter how desperate the trouble, but cozy islands of escape he wipes right off the map. No one gets away from God. Why waste time conniving against God? He's put an end to all of such scheming for troublemakers. No second chances. Like a pile of dry brush soaked in oil, they'll go up in flames. A think tank of lies. Nineveh's an anthill of evil plots against God. A think tank for lies that seduce and betray. God has something to say about all this. Even though you're on top of the world with all the applause and all the votes, you'll be moved down flat. I've afflicted you due to truth, but I won't afflict you again. From now on, I'm taking the yoke from your neck and splitting it up. For kindling, I'm cutting you free from the ropes of your bondage. God's orders on Nineveh. You're the end of the line. It's all over with Nineveh. I'm gutting your temple. Your gods and goddesses go in the trash. I'm digging your grave. It's an unmarked grave. You're nothing. You're less than nothing. Look, striding across the mountains, a messenger bringing the latest good news, peace. A holiday, Judah. Celebrate, worship, and recommit to God. No more worries about this enemy. This one is history. Close the books. Nahum chapter 2. Israel's been to hell and back. The juggernaut's coming. Post guards, lay in supplies. Get yourselves together. Get ready for the big battle. God has restored the pride of Jacob, the pride of Israel. Israel's lived through hard times. He's been to hell and back. Weapons flash in the sun. The soldiers splendid in battle dress. Chariots burnished and glistening, ready to charge. A spiked forest of brandished spears. Lethal on the horizon. The chariots pour into the streets. They fill the public squares. Flaming like torches in the sun, like lightning darkening and flashing. The Syrian king rallies his men, but they stagger and stumble. They run to the ramparts to stem the tide, but it's too late. Soldiers pour through the gates. The palace is demolished. Soon it's all over. Nineveh stripped, Nineveh doomed, maids and slaves moaning like doves, beating their breasts. Nineveh is a tub from which they pull the plug. Cries go up, do something, do something. But it's too late. Nineveh soon empty, nothing. Others' cries come. Plunder the silver, plunder the gold. A bonanza of plunder. Take everything you want. Doom, damnation, desolation. Hearts sink, knees fold, stomachs retch, faces blanch. So what happened to the famous and fierce Assyrian lion and all those cute Assyrian cubs? To the lion and lioness, cozy with their cubs, fierce and fearless. To the lion who always returned from the hunt with fresh kills for lioness and cubs. The lion lair heaped with bloody meat, blood and bones for the royal lion feast. Assyria, I'm your enemy, says God of the angel armies. I'll torch your chariots, they'll go up in smoke. Lion country will be strewn with carcasses. The war business is over. You're out of work. You'll have no more wars to report, no more victories to announce. You're out of war work forever. Nahum chapter 3. Let the nations get their fill of the ugly truth. Doomed to murder city, full of lies, bursting with loot, addicted to violence, horns blaring, wheels clattering, horses rearing, chariots lurching, horsemen galloping, brandishing swords and spears, dead bodies rotting in the street, corpses stacked like cordwood, bodies in every gutter and alley, clogging every intersection, and whores without end. Whore city, fatally seductive. You're the witch of seduction, luring nations to their ruin with your evil spells. I'm your enemy, whore Nineveh. I, the God of angel armies, I'll strip you of your seductive silk robes and expose you on the world stage. I'll let the nations get their fill of the ugly truth of you, who you really are and have been all along. I'll pelt you with dog dung and place you on a pedestal. Slut on exhibit, Jesus. Everyone who sees you will gag and say, Nineveh's a pigsty. What on earth did we ever see in her? Who would give her a second look? Ugh. Past the point of no return. Do you think you're superior to Egyptian thieves? Probably invincible on the Nile River, protected by the great river, walled in by the river, secure. Ethiopia stood guard to the south, Egypt to the north, put and Libna strong friends. We're ready to step in and help. But you know what happened to her. The whole city was marched off to a refugee camp. Her baby smashed to death in public view on the streets. Her prize leaders auctioned off. Her celebrities put in chain gangs. Expect the same treatment, Nineveh. You'll soon be staggering like a bunch of drunks, wondering what hit you, looking for a place to sleep at all your forts like peach trees, the less peaches ripe, ready for the picking. One shake of the tree and they fall straight into hungry mouths. Face it, your warriors are wimps, your sitting ducks. Your borders are gaping doors, inviting your enemies in. And who's to stop them? Store up the water for the seed. Shore up your defenses. Get down to basics. Work the clay and make bricks. Sorry, too late. Enemy fire will burn you up. Swords will cut you to pieces. You'll be chewed up as if by locusts. Yes, as if by locusts, a fitting fate for you, yourselves a locust plague. You multiplied shops and shopkeepers, more buyers and sellers than stars in the sky. A plague of locusts cleaning out the neighborhood and then flying off. Your bureaucrats are locusts. Your brokers and bankers are locusts. Early on, they're all at your service, full of smiles and promises. But later, when you return with questions and complaints, you'll find they've flown off and are nowhere to be found. King of Assyria, your shepherd leaders in charge of caring for your people are busy doing everything else but. They're not doing their job, and your people are scattered and lost. There's no one to look after them. You're past the point of no return. Your wound is fatal. When the story of your fate gets out, the whole world will applaud and cry, encore. Your cruel evil has seeped into every nook and cranny of the world. Everyone has felt it and suffered. This is the word of the Lord.